don't shoot for bare minimum. I see a lot of people do that in the cabin world, where
Yeah.
they buy a 2-2 that looks just like every other cabin, and then they complain about why they're not getting bookings. It's because you can't follow people in this world. You have to do whatever you want to do, build what you want, and make it very special and unique, and not have any doubters let you, or the naysayers, change your mind.
Okay, so I've been joined by Ron Gamboa. He's with Cabin Connoisseur. If you're a person looking to rent, keep your listing rented, keep it booked, Ron's a great person to know. He's been working with our clients and keeping their cabins rented and booked. And so I'm looking forward to connecting him with some people that are looking to do the same. So Ron, thanks for joining me today and just sharing about your vision and your business. This was really helpful.
You're welcome, Jack. Thank you for the opportunity. So, born and raised in Georgia, I started out in Paulding County. So, as you can see, I definitely have a little bit of country in me at times. From you seeing my whether you see me in the cowboy hat or in the mountains.
Yeah. Are you a Raider? Are you East Paulding Raider?
You nailed it on the head. But yeah, and then my parents moved me to Roswell, so I went from the country to the suburbs. So that was quite the change.
Yep.
Went to the University of West Georgia, got my degree in business management there. So as you can see, I translated that into a lot of the things that I do now. I didn't know what I wanted to do after college. I was kind of just in that realm, tried out a couple jobs that, were just paying the bills, still trying to find my niche in my career. And that started when I went to a cabin rental in Helen, Georgia, that I got invited on by one of my best friends. And I hardly went on the trip because my best friend's wife was pregnant, and there was another pregnant couple there, and I was just kind of like the third wheel without a pregnant wife. So
Right.
I'm sitting on the back porch, and I look at my buddy Juan, and I say, there's no cabin rental business out there that solely focuses on marketing cabin rentals and only cabins, cottages, lodges, etc. So that's when I went home, bought the domain to cabinconnoisseur.com in 2016, and I just hit the ground running and started shaking hands with owners and property managers all over the world. And I started the social media pages about the same time, and I just never gave up on it. And to answer your question from earlier, that's kind of how I built the Instagram, by just constantly posting. I started out on a free business model, just getting my name out there. So I would give a lot of free shout outs to people, and that just spurred the engagements and built trust with people. Like, oh, this he's not just in it for the money. He cares about the cabins. So yeah. And then I started the Facebook page. I think we're on like our third website at this time. I started on like a free Wix model. So now we're running a very strong WordPress website. But yeah, just hit the ground running with it and kept everything going, always meeting people, visiting the cabins, and finding new ways to spur engagements. And it's truly a passion that I have. I love going to the cabins. I think I've been to 3 cabin trips already this year. I'm trying to do at least 1 per month. So yeah, it's definitely a true passion for me. I eat, sleep, and breathe cabin rentals at this time. And I actually look forward to waking up and meeting new people, seeing new cabins. So it's become a true passion for me that I can really say I do love. I think it's between the mountains and the slow pace of life that comes with the cabin rentals. Something about the mountain people, they definitely have a way about them in the best ways. They're very kind, caring, and they really care about the people that bring the life to their towns, as you could say. But at the same time, they do love embodying the localism of it. But yeah, I would say the thing that really gets me going and inspires me is getting to the mountains and kind of just slowing down, which I've really gotten good at lately. And these past few cabin trips that I've been on, when I get back to the house, I actually feel like relaxed and at peace. So I think that's what really drives me and gets me up there is just the peace and serenity that it brings with it. Sitting on a back porch at a cabin, listening to the birds chirp, whether it be that or relaxing in a hot tub, it just brings a certain peace of mind when I'm up there. And that's really what I love chasing with it and what motivates me with it. I still see the tree houses that you all design, and I still am enamored just how nice the designs are. So yeah, I saw those tree houses and I was like, wow, I would love to start marketing these. And before we even started marketing the tree houses, Susie signed up the Clear Creek Guest House and Lodge with us, which is very nice, but it was just a lot different than the tree houses. And then the tree houses were the second properties that she signed up. And it was just such a hit with our network. And I knew those were some very special properties that you all designed. So, and I haven't seen any tree houses like them in North Georgia yet. And the fact that they had the lake views, the mountains, that's really what appealed me to those properties, to want to try to work with Susie and yourself. So the ultimate goal at Cabin Connoisseur is to acquire more bookings and engagements and ultimately fill up those dates that might be missed. And I want to say at this rate, we've sent over 5 to 6 confirmed bookings to both the tree houses together. So I definitely think we've made her money back, essentially. And, we use tracking codes to track the bookings, etc. But yeah, I would say we've done some pretty good work for easily more than doubled her ROI at this rate. And they're definitely some of our more popular cabins on the list, I will say. People
and when
love
somebody,
those properties.
Yeah, when they're eye-catching, it helps, right?
They are, yeah. The likes and the page follows, those are definitely valuable, but I really can't sleep at night until my job is done and I'm getting people to the property.
Yeah.
One that was struggling really hard. North Georgia has its moments. The spring and winter can be tough. As you know, 2021 was kind of an anomaly with the bookings, but one specific example, I wouldn't say they were struggling, but they were new to the game, was Bougie Lodge. Those are Rob and Alex are 2 of our favorite clients, but I want to say our first welcome post that we did for them, it got over 2,000 likes, 11,000 shares, and reached over 2 million people.
Wow.
That's essentially what built the Facebook page for us. I think we were sitting at maybe 10,000 Facebook followers. The Instagram took off before the Facebook, but after we did the Bougie Lodge post, our followers literally shot up to above 20,000.
Wow.
Bougie Lodge's followers shot up, and the property sells itself, as you know. But I want to say we acquired a handful of bookings from them just off one post alone, and the engagements were just crazy. So that really blossomed a really great relationship with them. So, like I said, their property was great.
Sounds like you captured lightning in a bottle. Like, but you and I were talking earlier, and even offline before this conversation, like there's been so much prep and so much work that goes into getting to that point where you can create that following. So it's not just an accident per se, but what are some of the elements that come together that make something go viral? Like, in your opinion, what made that different?
I think the modernness and the sharp edges, that's really became a thing within the cabin world. There's people, clients will sign up with me and they will say, well, do you think this is going to do good? And that's a hard question to answer because not everybody likes the same things, Some people may like going to modern cabins. Other people may like going to log cabins with no internet and a fireplace. It's just really based on what they like. But I would say the really big kicker right now are definitely the modern cabins. That's what people are really chasing, those modern high-end luxury amenities. Hot tubs are a big hit with things nowadays. But I would say just the modern architectural designs are really taking home the bread right now.
So when you have a really eye-catching and unique and modern design, those are the posts that tend to do better, is what you're saying. Kind of that presentation actually goes a really long way.
Yes, I think it does. And, at the same time, I do love some of our smaller bread and butter cabins that just are smaller, are built out of hand scribed logs. Those are personally some of my favorites. But I definitely think it's taken hold of the cabin world. But like I said, on the flip side, there are people that still love going to those authentic log cabins, older people for the most part. But definitely the younger generation that are closer to me and your age, they do prefer the modernness of the cabins, I would say.
I wanted to ask you about one of the things you said that sets you guys apart was it sounds like you said a global presence. Is that what I was understanding? So
That's the reason I started the business. I didn't want to solely stick to Blue Ridge. So I know I did some research and I found out that there wasn't a company that was marketing / connecting with people all over the world. So at this moment, we started with the Southeast, and North Georgia is definitely our strong suit, our highest booking region. But at the same time, all the states that touch Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, North Carolina, those ones are definitely still some strong booking suits. But at this moment, we're marketing in about 30 states. I've worked with people in Canada. I have an active client in Canterbury, New Zealand. So
wow.
we've gained quite a big stretch, and I'm gearing up to shift my website to go international by incorporating more keywords such as Canada cabin rentals, New Zealand cabin rentals. I'm very in tune with SEO. I'm on SEM Rush about every day doing keyword research. So
Wow.
learning the SEO really gave me the power to harness and garner connections all over the world, primarily the US at this moment. But yeah, the goal is to start marketing a few properties in every state. I want to have, I don't know if I want to have thousands in each state, because then the quality control would go down. But in my mind, I'd like to have a couple hundred, maybe even tens in some state, because I want to have the best of the best. And I don't want all of my clients to feel like they're in a foot race just against each other. So I'd like to sign up ones that are very unique. Sometimes you'll maybe see me do posts and searches for, like, for instance, I was on Facebook the other day and I was searching for smaller cabins in Tennessee, smaller cabins in North Georgia. So really pointing to those specific targets and drawing in the people that have those specifics helps me accumulate 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, indoor pool cabins. So I like to culminate a little bit of everything so people have choices. I don't want to sign up 10 bougie lodges, for instance, because then that just can get kind of boring. So I really like to
have variety.
Right, exactly, a variety.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up your site and I want to share it on screen because while we're talking, I would love, like, as you and I were saying, what you do is such a benefit to Raynard's clients because you're doing the SEO research, the sharing, the hashtags, the strategy that goes into it. So much work that actually goes into good promotion, so that somebody who's an investor and, a lot of times working full time on top of designing a home with us and, wanting to keep it rented out year round, it's a lot of work. So I would love to show a client of ours your website. Would you like to take me around while I got it open and just show me some of the places? Yeah, like, where would a client want to get started if they were going to list with you?
So if you scroll down, just like on the first page, you can see just a list of our cabins. Whenever we sign people up, we will add their cabins to the home page, so it'll automatically populate there. We like to incorporate our top states with the most cabins, but at the same time, we do have a couple new areas on there. So, and then as you can see, we have a pretty noteworthy video with under our Georgia tab right there.
Hey, I know those guys.
That's actually our best video on YouTube. It's about to break 50,000 views. Pretty happy about that. I'm not sure what I did to get that to blow up, but need more videos like that. But anyways, if you scroll back up, I think one of the great starting points for new clients would be our services page that we're pretty proud of. We just incorporated a lot of new monthly packages, kind of really streamlined this page. So for the most part, I used to have to send invoices to everyone. So now this service page enables me to basically make money while I sleep, in a sense. And we have a little spiel of what you will get with your packages. We use Stripe as our payment processor. So it took us a while to get to this page. And
oh my gosh, this is great. This is easy. Thank you.
And then we also figured out something with a nice plugin called Elf Site, where it's pulling all of my Google reviews.
I stole this directly from you, dude.
Nice. I found it from somebody too.
Yeah. Well, it's on our site now too, because it's such a great tool. But yeah,
cool, very inexpensive. I love it.
I know I wrote that review for you 2 or 3 times. Did it ever show up?
I've had that problem. I need to get to the bottom of that. You're not the first person that's happened with. Sometimes those Google reviews can be very finicky. I
Yeah.
need to figure that out. But no,
Well,
I
I
think you're
would,
writing it. Hopefully it will pop up soon.
as a design build company, I would love to highlight some of our projects as they're in design and build, as they're in those processes.
Mhm.
Could I be a client of yours? Could I sign up to market with you some of our projects that way?
This would work perfect. As long as you have good content, which you have, then I'll
Yeah,
take your content. We'll create a drive for you and start posting like some of the designs, the pre-built designs. So for instance, when you see a post on our Facebook or Instagram, I would
yeah,
drop in a description in regards to Raynard, who the
hmm,
architects are and the owners, etc. And we
absolutely.
would incorporate a link to your website. And let's say we're
Okay.
doing something on Instagram, whenever we do reels for you, we'll also incorporate view more information at Raynard Architectural Design. So it would be a very easy rinse and repeat, vice versa. A cabin, we're promoting architectural services, and you have great content and cabins that we would be easily to post. So
Yeah, and I'm gonna, since this is, would you say your Instagram is kind of your bread and butter?
I think so. But to be honest, I like the conversions that Facebook has because it's a little bit more quality for the most part. I think
Okay.
Instagram can be almost for show sometimes. That's
Yeah.
just what I've learned from posting there for 8 years. I think people have a little bit more serious of intent when they're on Facebook. But with that being said, we definitely are still able to garner engagements, new clients, and customers via our Instagram as well.
Yeah, but this is a good example, even just to show somebody watching who might want to sign up with you, what kind of a reach that they're getting. So when they say one of their cabins that they've either built or they're designing and they want to get some more bookings for it, I just want to show how these posts are performing. You've got 106,000 followers, and I know that's growing for you, Ron. That's so cool.
Thank
Um,
you.
Lots of likes. Let's look at some of these reels because there's some really beautiful photography, beautiful videos, but a couple thousand likes on easily on these homes. We have a client. I was just walking around on Talking Rock, and they've got a hot tub going into their cabin overlooking the river up in
Nice.
the mountains. So once that's built, that's going to be another photo op. But yeah, if I'm wanting to promote a cabin, this is the kind of stuff I'm looking for, is this type of engagement to get people excited.
Thank you. Yeah, and
Maybe
we
want to stay
really
in this little dome one day.
that's pretty cool, right? That one's in
Yeah,
Tennessee. This Instagram has changed a lot over the past few years. It's like they almost cater to the reels nowadays. I've
yeah,
been trying to think of new things to do with our posts to spur those engagements, but it's almost like if you're not posting reels nowadays, then the posts are just kind of doing very mediocre for the most part, unless
yeah,
you have something like the Treehouse or Bougie Lodge. But yeah,
yeah,
I think once you really find out how to create those good engaging videos, that's when you really have the power to harness on Instagram. I love
yeah,
using more still shots on Facebook. I think those perform better there. But yeah.
yeah. And it's just like a constant learning process, right? Like
Mhm.
this is the one I was telling you about where we were up in the mountains, and I believe this is going to be like a family retreat. So I'm not sure
Wow.
if they're going to rent this or not, but it's a great example of a cabin um, that would be kind of great for your portfolio. This type of location, this type of amenity. But yeah, just for
That
context, I was
reel
just
took
bringing
off
that up.
for you all. That one did really good.
It did. You know what I do is I'll
Nice.
share the link.
That's good.
Yeah, a lot of times I'll share the link on Facebook, and that's where they perform better. Is
Oh, smart. I never thought of
yeah,
that.
yeah. I'm just still figuring stuff out too. But
Hmm.
yeah, going back to this, again, I can think of several clients that these are really affordable price points, and you've got three different offerings here. We could go standard, a little bit bigger, and then go premium. But I wanted somebody to see, like, what does your following look like? Where are you getting results? I love this, being able to just see my listing. Having another place where my listing would be out there. This is such a great resource, and really well presented. So I
Thank you.
think it. I think we got some really good connections that we could make for clients that are looking to promote, and all kinds of price points too. Because I will say, like, you know, some places are 750, some places are $125. That's cool. You know, you're going to get something different.
The variety. Yeah. That's what, I'm glad you pointed that out, because I noticed I was like, I don't have any smaller ones, because I was struggling to find cabins for couples. And I was like, you know, if not everybody has $2,000 to just have some empty bedrooms sitting around when it's just them and their significant other. So that's when I decided I needed to go search for some smaller ones, and we were lucky to find a couple of small ones in Blairsville, some of the ones that were $115 that you were just pointing at, but those are definitely some more that I'm trying to find. I think it's been kind of tough to find the smaller ones in North Georgia. I mean, they're just kind of lacking. Everybody has this mindset, oh, I need to build big and bad, but the smaller ones do just as well and easier turnover, and they're charging the same price. So. Exactly.
Well, these two twin tree houses we're very familiar with are about 1,200 square feet each, and they're not that big, but they feel very big. Ron, when you go in there, the design and that the client came up together with us for is what really makes it feel like a spacious home. They just took advantage of light and ceiling height and did it right. You don't have to go crazy. And so if somebody's looking at your site, exactly, I think that's a great value. But I would love for somebody to see some of these designs and then say, you know, I really need to get into the rental property business myself. I've always wanted to design my own cabin and rent it out. And I'm like, that's me, dude. I'll help you out. So, and then that's you too, Ron, you know, somebody who can help them actually market it. You know, it's a really needed service. So what would you like to say to just anybody who maybe an entrepreneur who wants to get into the rental business? What would your message be to them that how you could help them?
I would say that we could help them by really creating a great message and explaining what makes the cabin rentals fun, why it's so relaxing going up there. And as far as getting started with it, I would say don't rush into it. Everybody likes to try to monkey see, monkey do things in life. As you can see, I have on my Paisley shirt. I don't really follow the norms of style. And I incorporate
you make your own style.
Yeah, and I would say build what you want. You don't have to hit the lottery to build your cabin of your dreams. Just plan it right, hire great architects like yourself, and really just don't shoot for a bare minimum. I see a lot of people do that in the cabin world, where they buy a tutu that looks just like every other cabin, and then they complain about why they're not getting bookings. It's because you can't follow people in this world. You have to do whatever you want to do, build what you want, and make it very special and unique, and not have any doubters let you, or the naysayers, change your mind. So if you would like to follow us on our Facebook, you can find us at Cabin Connoisseur, and on Instagram, we're Cabin Connoisseur LLC. Our website can be found at www.cabinconnoisseur.com. We've pretty much maintained that name throughout all of our socials. And I've pretty much built them all through there. We're also building our YouTube following if you would like to get into more of the video realm. So you can find us on YouTube at Cabin Connoisseur LLC.